Hey girl, hey, and hey guys too. Happy Wednesday, and it'll probably be Thursday by the time you see this video. But I've missed you all, and I've been very busy. I had to take a break from my videos. I was doing the reviews for Ready to Love, and I'm excited because Ready to Love Miami is going to be coming back on, and I definitely will be back on here every week doing a review. But I've had so many topics to come up and so many situations that people love to talk about and would like for me to address. So today's video, I'm going to be talking about unconditional love, okay? Is there such thing as unconditional love in relationships? I know there's unconditional love with your children, and even that has limits. But unconditional loves, with your family and friends, maybe you have unconditional love, but unconditional love runs so deep. That's such a serious stipulation to put on love and in a relationship between a man and a woman, or a woman and a woman, and a man and a man, ever which, whatever your pleasure is, okay? But so that's what we're going to be talking about, is unconditional love. Now, what is unconditioned? Unconditioned mean that there are no conditions. That means there are no limits. It's absolute. It means no matter what. Now, who is in a relationship no matter what? No matter what, you mean no matter what happens, no matter what that person do, no matter what that person say, no matter what, there are no boundaries, there are no guidelines, no matter what. That's what unconditional love means. It means no matter what. That's some love that you have for, your young children. Even once they get to a certain age, you have some guidelines for respect and things like that. But, when the baby is born, or, and it's unconditional love, that baby is innocent. You're the only person that can provide for that child. You know how little boys, as soon as you take your pamper off, they pee right in your face, that's some unconditional love for you, because all you do is wipe it off and put a clean diaper on it, right? But we ain't trying to be in no relationship where folks is peeing in our face, okay? With no grown folks, okay? So, unconditional love in relationships have limits. There, in my opinion, there is no unconditional love in relationships. Relationships require limits. They have boundaries. There are rules to love, okay? Now, no relationship, no one loves in a relationship without conditions. There are conditions. So someone asks, what are the conditions? Well, we're going to get to that, okay? So all relationships have boundaries, okay? There is always a line that you don't want people to cross with you. In any relationship, in a loving relationship, is lines that you don't want to cross. Now my dog decides that he wants to bother me, okay? Charlie, please don't bother me. Okay, so the love itself can be unconditional, but there has to be boundaries set, okay? You can love a person. I heard people say, I love you to death. The people stop saying that now. They say they love you to life, or they love you to pieces. And, I say, I love everything about you. And even that has limits, you know what I mean? So you have to be careful what you say. But in a loving relationship with couples, there are boundaries. There are boundaries, and we're gonna talk about those boundaries. Now, what are those boundaries, you ask? Love has to be answered with love. That's number one, okay? So if you're in a relationship and you loving that person, and that person is not loving you, they're not answering you with love, then that's a condition. That's no, that's a situation that you've got to draw the line, right? Because that relationship, is not meeting the conditions of love. Your condition is love has to be answered with love, right? If they don't love you, honey, don't love them back, okay? Find a way to get up out that situation, honey, because ain't nobody trying to be in love all by themselves, okay? Now, love has to be respected, okay? If you're in a loving relationship, you're in a loving relationship and you are respecting that person that you with, that means that that person value who you are. They value the love that you have for them. Hold on 1 second, because my dog is tripping. Okay, so Charlie wants to be a part of this loving situation, right, Charlie? Say hello to the people. Say, hi, this is Charlie. And Mr. Charlie is in a loving relationship with me, but we have some boundaries. And one of these boundaries is I'm about to put him out of this room because he is being disrupted. Right, Charlie? Okay, I love you, though, but you got to go. All right, hold on a second. Okay, I'm back. Now, had to get rid of my loving dog Charlie, because he was crossing his boundary line, okay, interrupting me. Now, love has to be honorable, okay, in a loving relationship. You want the person that you involve with to honor you, to value who you are and be respectful, honor the commitment that y'all have with each other. So that is a condition. That's one of the conditions of being in a loving relationship, okay? Now, also, one of the conditions is love has to be vulnerable. You also want that person to be vulnerable to you. You want to be vulnerable to them, where you're open to sharing, letting your guard down, being honest, where you can cry, if you're broke, say you're broke, if your feelings are hurt, say your feelings are hurt. Being vulnerable means just taking, the veil off, and not hiding anything, and being able to share, let people know how you feel about them. So those are some conditions, that's one of the conditions, of being in a relationship that has conditions, okay? Now, love has to be helpful. You also want to be in a relationship with someone that is helpful. Who wants to be in a relationship with every time something happens, you can't call that person for nothing? They ain't never got it. They can't never do it. They can't come pick you up. You got a flat tire. Oh, well, I'm busy. You short on your rent. You short on your light bill, or you need some help, or whatever the situation is, right? They ain't never got it. They can never help you do anything, but their hand is always stuck out wanting you to do something for. That's a dead giveaway, honey. That somebody is not meeting your conditions. Okay, so you're gonna X them out real quick. Okay, love has to be caring. Caring in the fact that if you become ill, or just to say you get sick at work, you want to be able to call that person, and say, hey, I'm not feeling well, and you want that person in response say, oh, baby, I'll come pick you up from work, take the day off, how much y'all men gonna get mad at me, but how much you make, for the day, just take the day off and spend with me, I'll pay for the day, that's what I'm accustomed to. So I don't know what y'all used to, but and then look, there is no unconditional love in relationship. It's just there is conditions, okay? And women and men have to stop being out here talking about, I love you unconditional. No, sir, no, ma'am. Your love has conditions, and the condition that you want them to love you in return. You want the same love that you give, you want to receive it. You want them to be caring. You want them to be honest. You want them to be forthcoming. You want them to be giving. You want them to show up in the relationship. You want them to be a part of the entire situation. So there's a condition. There's some do's and there's some don'ts. There's some things that you will not tolerate. There's some things that you will tolerate. You may be a little long suffering than some of us, and then you expect the same thing that you give. So there are serious conditions to be in a relationship, and you have to require those things. You have to basically demand those things. It has to be non-negotiable, how you want to be treated. You have to teach people how to treat you, and you have to set those guidelines and those boundaries, okay? It's non-negotiable, okay? Now, there is no love without limits. All love has limits, okay? We can go to the end of the earth, honey, or we can go to death do us part with limits, okay? No, you cannot disrespect me. No, you cannot mistreat me. No, you cannot put your hands on me. Yes, you need to go to work. You need to pay bills because the Bible said if a man don't eat, don't let him, if a man don't work, don't let him eat. And y'all women out here feeding men, honey, that don't even work. Lord, have mercy, Jesus. Help us, please, help us, Lord. It ought to be some hungry men out here, honey, because y'all around here cooking and cleaning and taking care of men that don't even work, okay? It's supposed to be some hungry men out here. But y'all make it hard for the good women, you know, that have boundaries and that have limits because y'all just do anything just to have a warm body in your bed. You know, get you a Charlie, honey, or get you a teddy bear or something, honey. But if you out here loving people without limits, then you don't understand how this thing works, okay? Because love has conditions, okay? All right? Hey, girl, hey.